What do you mean another day, another dollar, Inko? This isn't a job! Th- 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 I mean, admittedly, hash browns from a fast food joint, not a worst, terrible decision. I still love that someone tried. It'd be funnier if he actually was in the middle of class when he suddenly turns, picks up. How is he allowed to do this? What is the deal with airline food? Must be Mr. Ferris. No, good old classic Ferris. Why did they listen? So, like, why did they steal the diamond pupil thing if they want to move away from the from Volcano High? Because that's such a Volcano High thing. And it's way more noticeable in that game because the eyes move, so there's more attention drawn to the movement. It's like, why are you using the same arch style, buddy, if you want to move away from it? Unless the whole point is that point. But I hope it gets made properly. Like, I know artists who use subtext and they're cowards. They're also frequently misunderstood. Because nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about. What's this? I hate learning that a place is not the ideal place to learn. Subtlety is a lost art because it was too subtle. I love my wife. Well, you see, this is why people talk about sexism, because, like, the fact that a man wearing... there's very different connotations associated with it. Just saying, buddy, it's a bit more nuanced than that. Pat, pat. America, Puritanianism, blah, 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 blah. So let's talk right now. I need to recommend you buy a golden chain. I got more important priorities here. The coolest possible Ferris. He just goes for it. I love that jacket with the hairdo. Fucking. Oh, this song is great though. Yeah. A Baki character? And then he just vanishes. Well, Nito, are you going to use your Gravelord dance or what? Listen, sunglasses are really low level to go with. Like Beanie puts a bit too much emphasis on the hair, which we aren't doing anything with. I love how Inko has these very specific things in mind, too. Disco Elysium Ferris! What are his main statistics? What are his big stats from that game? I'm gonna stick with sunglasses, though. I love that... Listen. A lot of games don't do this, but I think it's worth exploring. Like, if Ferris is actually, like, poorer than Inko. Like, Inko is like, you can just afford that. And he's like, no, I can't. My salary is way too low for that. Doesn't get explored as much as it should be, in my opinion. The idea of playing a student confronted with poverty. I don't know what it is, but a lot of American stories just don't like having the idea that a kid has to encounter someone that has less money than them. Or at least in their perspective allows. And physique, obviously. it just saying, like, you don't have to make it a whole classism thing. You can just make it, weird that an adult who I normally imagine are richer than me, who have money to spend as they wish, one would not be able to do that, you know? Just as, like, a fun perspective thing to give him some humility. Gold necklace. I like his eye movements, you know, moving a giant guy like this is heavy. So they just have the little eye motions. It's perfect. Although he's looking at us with one eye. What is the other one doing? What is his other eye up to? What does YOLO mean? How are you on a 5-year delay? Contemporary. I love the term contemporary urban slang. So artistic, so scholarly. Ah! How do you do that with a chair? It's called telepathic. That's why we're not using blood and human skin, Mrs. Halford. That's, of course, besides the fact that we got complaints from the Human Rights Committee. Mrs. Halford, I understand that human skin is a perfect material for your leatherworking projects. But on the other hand, every single person who wears it gets a negative moodlet unless they're psychopath or have bloodlust. And just most students don't, so we can't sell them. Besides, technically speaking, human leather is clothing worn by the dead, which means they also get the tainted debuff. People should collectively dedicate the epilogue of Wani off the internet so the part. You want to know a game that did that? There's a game that did that, and that game is called Getting Over It with Benny Foddy. But that's the point of the game, right? The entire narrative of that game is, hey, fuck you. Get over it. It's about overcoming adversity and what adversity is and what it means to have a negative relationship with a game. And it's about a lot of stuff. It, in my experience, is one of the rare few times I would almost agree to it. My problem is, from a historical preservation perspective, it's a little... And even that got leaked, right? You can't win. You can't win the arms race. Toby Fox himself said it. You cannot win this arms race. The best way to do it is to just not have it anywhere. There's another example of this, right? Goodbye Volcano High doesn't tell you if the meteor hits, right? The asteroid hits, who knows? Because the point is that you don't know. That's part of the plot. Terribly executed. Doesn't actually use it, but it's, I think, part of the plot intentionally. So they can't answer that question ever. If they ever answer it, everyone knows, and poof, goes the plot point. There's some things you either never say it or you accept that everyone will know it. That's just how the world works now. But I'll put it like this. The internet allows every opinion to be heard at the same volume regardless of how stupid it is equally. Anything you keep a secret, the Streisand effect will just inflate by sheer force of will. I like how it's second semester, he just bends over quickly. Yeah, like, Payday 2 clearly figured out the only way to keep it a secret is to just not let people access it. Also, don't know if you've noticed, but, like, this game, don't know if you've noticed, but they put the entire fucking decompiled Ren'Py script, like, they're not even encoding or encrypting anything. You can just find it. And it's Ren'Py, so you can just open it. Also, I do want to point out that after seeing Slay the Princess doing way more with the Ren'Py engine, seeing the same stiff UI, like, if the point is to move away from Snoot Game, it's terribly executed. If they're fine with it, then fine, but if they're not, then they're failing at it. F. Clearly you can do better. It's Python, for fuck's sake. People love talking about Python. Like, you can decompile RenPy files, by the way. I did that. I've decompiled them. So at that point, you just kind of gotta accept that's how it's gonna shake out. You can't stop it. The creative sparkle as she leers lasers at me. Leering lasers is the staring daggers of the future. Why are you still using daggers? They're dinosaurs. They can take it. I would have preferred if she moved backwards slightly and then moved forwards. The reason is fairly simple, because she has to get out from behind her desk first. Just saying. Ah! All you did was look. I love it. I could mod a bunch of the stuff I've written, all things considered. I mean, I don't have art for Dr. Octave, I guess. But it really isn't needed, all things considered, because the rest of the cast is still there. But I like writing more. Setting up all those little rimpy, niggly bits is only really good if you plan to do something, if you really want to feel it. I think the time passage in this has been confusing. In Snuka, it was pretty straightforward. I had a good grasp of it, but here it's getting confusing. It doesn't help that we have like the same classes very close back to back. We have several history classes, several PE classes, several classes in this exact room. Like, flow-wise, it's a lot of rhyming, and it makes it a little bit confusing. Whereas in the other game, I'm pretty sure we just went all over the place. And it kept it very noisy, which is good for remembering patterns. And that there are none. Your brain can't get mixed up. I got mixed up. He's not making faces. He's looking at me. That's illegal. You can't do that. You can just look at someone in class. Who would sit next to Olivia if not Inko? Come on. You know someone else has got to be it, and it won't be someone you like. Mr. Yadakan. Remember, Olivia is a fucking Dunmer. Everyone hates the Dunmer, though. The entire history of the Dunmer is no one likes the Dunmer. Empire doesn't like him. The Argonians don't like him. The Khajiit don't like him. Pretty sure Skyrim would kick their asses and throw them in the sea if they could. No one likes the Dunmer. The Almsev's the only reason those guys are allowed to stick around at all. Then again, most people don't like the Elves either. Most people don't like the Argonians either. A lot of people don't get along with the Khajiit. Valenwood, what else? Getting along with Nords. Imperials. Hard to get along with anyone in that world, really. Everyone sucks here. Everyone's an asshole. For different reasons. I really do like that in Elder Scrolls times, like the Imperial, yeah, they're around, but the Empire doesn't really own anything. It's all just everyone is like, sure, we'll play ball. Sure, you can build your little fortress over there. House Redoran still owns the fucking mines that your precious ebony comes from. And Vivek is right there with his big space rock ready to throw it at Ebenhard if you decide to speak up. He's got a big rock just for you. And then Vivek went poof and the entire fucking island blew up. Woo! Tamriel history is cool, and then Skyrim happened and it just took a big shit. I also don't like that Oblivion turned Cyrodiil from a jungle-ish area into a temperate fucking plain-ass forest. Ugh. Why is this too much to ask for, though? Like, if someone doesn't want to sit next to someone and she feels like she's being intimidated or harassed, like, Ayatacon, fuck you for forcing her to justify herself. Like, you're being needlessly cruel to someone who has difficulty moving around. Hey. The Dunmer literally got themselves turned into Dunmer from Chimer. By fucking around a whole bunch. Going like, ooh, this guy stole the heart of the god of the world. Oh boy. Azura had the last fucking laugh. I'll give her that much. What a good laugh it was. What a good laugh it was. Dagoth got thrown into an active volcano with his big robot boy. Heart of Lorcan got smacked. And I got a cool glove out of it. It's got 20 reflect, baby. 20 fucking reflect, 10 resist. This glove is nuts. Wraithguard is great even if you aren't speccing it heavy armor, because those passive effects are nuts. But if you kill Vivek, you gotta lose like 200 hit points. That ain't great. Gotta be nice to Vivek. So there's the Juniper Twin Lamps mod, and like the only way to get the temple to play ball on slavery is to get Vivek to agree, apparently. What the fuck? Sorry, we won't budge because we think that the anti-slavery stuff is eroding Dunmer culture through the Empire. I don't know, man. It's slavery you're talking about, buddy. I know that you live in a society where labor is a massive pillar of society, but come on. I don't get what Azura was thinking, making you an Argonian this time. That Como loves that line. He loves that one. He just loves... I don't know what Azura was thinking, making you an Argonian this time. I also hate that one that was a drugged-up cat. Don't know what his deal was. They just give the moon and star to anyone these days. It's literally day 3, buddy. You can't get into arguments. Ah, they sat during lunch. The most wartime time of the day. Your brother invited him. Something about this feels a bit contrived. Like, Olivia is just being contrarian because she can. I'm a huge Bethesda fan. Oh yeah? Name 10 Bethesda releases. Skyrim! Though they have released Skyrim a little too much. Especially since Skyrim is not good. It's fantastic if you want to play an arcade game that sucks your quarters and turns your time into waste. But it... I'm reading the books in Morrowind and all I can say is, nice books. Nice books. Love them. Gonna give each of those little books a little kiss. A little kiss, because they're beautiful. They're not deep stuff. They're not the, you know, great artisanal garbage, but they work, and I like it. Things will make sense in due time. Someone is probably yelling at me that I'm being too loud. Nope. Magical. I hope they make sense in due time. I do think that you should try to... Not saying that that's the case here, but you do want to avoid setting up too many mysteries that your reader doesn't know what the fuck is going on. If you go too far, your reader just goes, I don't get any of this, and I don't care, because there's nothing for me to grab onto. Like, every single person in this goddamn story, the first time they show up is they talk about the Enigma. I don't know what it is. I don't care about the Enigma. I can't care because I don't know what it is, and no one's giving me anything to work off of. Is an Enigma a person? Are they a political opinion? Because your reader just falls off a cliff. At some point, you gotta give. Enough is given here. Again, this is not a criticism on this, but you really can't just do setup. You gotta resolve something to give that momentum, you know? Do a little something. Have a little mystery. Solve a little mystery. And the reader's like, oh man, yeah. And then you go on. I don't want some buddy. You're not my buddy, pal. Well, you're not my pal, friend. You're not my friend, chum. God damn, she's just sipping. Oh, I love her eye opens partway through. God damn. Mufsara, why do I talk like this? It makes it so hard to talk for long without drinks. You can fill it up at the vodka dispenser. You won't miss anything. The video is nothing you don't already know. I'm still forcing you to watch it, though. God damn it. literally have had zero opportunity to clear the air, Yadakan. Like, if this is Friday, there have been like 3 more lunch periods. Like, surely. Come on, Inko. You little nutter butter. You can't just tell everyone to buy cold chains and pretend it's fine. Yeah, busy because he missed 1 school day and he has to play catch up all the goddamn time. It sucks. Into a cool friend group. I just love the idea of like a thought cloud and it's like a chibi, like really distorted Ben and Damien, and they look all silly, and it's like my cool new friends. Inko, did you know your name sounds like Incorporated? What? What are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, if you're at someone's lunch period and you don't ever talk to them or do anything with them, it'd be kind of weird if they kept being within, like, arm's reach of you. It's like, hey, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, that's the point. It's like the SpongeBob cutaway gag where he's like, I'm so cool. I like the statement, like, I've known her since she was a freshman. There's something about that statement that feels, like, really old in a weird way. I've known her since she was just a little freshman. Under her wing. Get it, he has a wing. Don't you have him in, like, any class whatsoever? God damn it, that stupid amalgam idea I have is basically just going to be Call Me Fang, but over again. Yeah. In terms of length, at least. I'll let other people vote on what the ship is going to be, though. I'm going to make everyone as appealing as possible. Everyone has smooching potential. Is it going to be Reed? Is it going to be Trish? Is he just going to make out with everyone? Or is everyone else going to make out? He's just not invited. There, Anon. Sorry, buddy. Everyone's macking out without you. That's the worst ending. Ay, ay, ay. Why do you have a shark fin for a horn? It's way more upright. No wonder you can't figure out. Everyone is giving you the wrong information. You're getting bad intelligence, Inko. How can you ever be a spy like this? You want to ship early game Olivia with early game Finn? Okay, listen. Don't say things like that. There's a little okay. There's a little guy in the back of my head, right? There's a little fella. Yay high. And when you say stuff like that, when you imply stuff like that, he's like, I'm baby. And there's a little bounce. He does a little bounce, and then he's like, let's do it. And I'm like, what? He's like, let's do it. But he didn't even specify if it's Snoot Game Fang or Goodbye Volcano High Fang. Just do it. Do it. I haven't even finished the game yet. Do it. Do it. I don't. What mistake am I even gonna use? Do it. Do it. He just bounces every time he says that, and I cannot escape the black hole that is him. High schoolers, you know. High schoolers are known for committing shootings. If Snoot Game's anything to go by, it's a 1 in 4 chance. If America's anything to go by, whooah. Like, I get why Yadakon's being harsh, because this is just the shittiest answer. Like, This is not just non-committal. This is like, I guess, you know, like you don't even actually want it. You're just kind of loosely admitting that maybe, you know, if you're forced to, you'll go play along. Blah! Or are you just curious about her? You know, curious if you can, if you can put her snoot into a bucket of paint and use it as a paintbrush. That's what I'm curious about. If her hair makes. Anyway, there she is. Have you changed his desk yet? I would prefer that his desk is the one outside of the class. It's the best place for him to be, really. This stream has been bad, and I feel bad. But to be honest, I want to get through this. We're gonna push until we're done. I don't want to be... You don't want to be distracted? But you're the one who's constantly doodling and doing sketches. Like, come on, Olivia. You're the one that's distracting yourself. Come on. I like this. I like this. It's a subtle thing, but Olivia being willing to point out something that she has observed and that she knows that isn't directly brought up in the conversation, that is brought up by Inko in the conversation, does give the sense that, like, she's there and she is paying attention, instead of just vaguely present. Fuck you, Cloaker. That idea is now wedged in my brain somewhere. I'm gonna knock it loose. Don't you worry. It'll never happen. Just to spite you. The spite is real. But I'd like to be your friend. I love that smile. Perfect. Everyone loves raising their eyebrows at you. That's what you're good for. Eyebrow exercise. What? I mean, yeah, I think I brought this up in the original, like, demo thing. Like, Inko can take pictures of things, and she can make the things to take pictures of. Combine the two, and you create interesting collages. Like, as I said, the painting of a painting, and the presentation of the painting in an environment, and then capturing that environment through certain filters and perspectives, can augment the art that is made. It's fun! Wanted to do a quest in 30 minutes, is Scary Dave. Ended up being 3 times as long. Shipping ending to Fang with ending to Olivia. Cloaker, I don't even know what ending to Olivia is like. But I'm still... At this point, I'm just curious what this disaster looks like. Are you for real? He's as passionate about his camera as you are about a brush. I do expect great things from him. Okay. Sorry, I really thought, Oh, sorry. He accidentally bit her tongue! Oh man, I had like a really bad lip bite recently. Yeah! God damn this. Like the bell is late, the movies take forever. It's like the opposite problem. Skedaddle. I'm serious. It's up to you guys. I can't make you be friends. This does remind me of like what because the half of the point of the cost of moving on is going back in time is not a magical cure, you dumbass. Like when you go back and you have to relive the 6 months or so, depending on when you go back, to fix and not have Fang become a school shooter, like you don't know what you did wrong or where to change things or how to change them. Your hindsight is actually utterly useless because knowing what you did wrong requires you to assume that you made the wrong decision. Like that's kind of what the argument stage about is. Like Trish going, I always made the right decision for Fang. Reed going, I did nothing, but if I start doing stuff now, it'd be weird. Also, I'm high on Carf. Might also interfere. And Anon being like, listen, I thought I did was good. Like everyone did the right thing from their perspective. So if you go back in time, what do you change? Right? You got to act out of character to fix things, which is weird. And that's kind of the point. Also, I like the fact that Octave can go from talking extensively politely to, listen, bitch, you got to clean your act up. Makes him great. He talks whatever the situation demands. Pragmatic. He's 57. He has the right to be a jackass. He's old. He's an old man. 30 years of his life. When you're old enough, you get to be a prick. And he's hamming it up. God damn it. Now I am thinking about shipping those two. God damn it, Cloaker. I told you, the little man in the back of my head will not stop. He's a little scoundrel. A real scamp. Summoned by the staff of the Everscamp. Like, how do you see her eyes? They're fairly well cloaked. Like, in a dark room, I imagine it's very difficult to see where she's looking at. Because they are very closely matched to skin color. That, like, without the outlines, that's difficult. Like, without the outlines, you're really looking for the pupils. You know that one guy who was, like, super pissed? Went, like, on a big old diatribe about my taste in Snoot Game? He's still here. He's still yelling at me. He yelled at my latest community post. I don't know what his deal is. I don't know what his deal is. I don't know why he sticks around. I don't know. I've been ignoring him. But he still shows up. He's still there. Whatever his deal is, he's not good at it. Which is why I'm not, you know, paying attention to him. I just thought it was funny that after all that time, he's still around. Never left. Yeah, because she's wondering what the fuck your deal is, dude. But to be fair, if like, the implication is that Damien's done this before, so you think... I don't know. He goes wearing... Yeah, he is wearing shades in a dark room. Ugh, Cloaker, you're right. What the hell? Scary Dave now wants to buy the game. Yadicon, you're jostling everyone. I appreciate that, like, it's such a weird, uncommon thing to think about, like light sensitivity as a thing. Normally, in your first week, I'd be training you to learn to adapt to dark vision, but I think it's funnier to just throw flashbangs at the crowd. So, please cover your eyes. Here's the first one. Flashbangs, by the way, also emit a huge amount of heat and sound and pressure waves. They will knock your lights out in more ways than one. Flashbangs suck. Ugh, almost like they're designed to do that. Color swatch wheel. If you're like an advanced artist and you go to like a conventional art class, like that always sucks, right? You're like, I'm a big math boy and I have to do basic math. Bleh. Like, I can imagine that would make her shut up, because she's like, I don't care about any of these classes, and the class I care about are shit. To safely handle oil-based paints. Someone pointed out that maybe they stick or reacted differently. Another burnt classroom? Wow. Oh yeah, I love that all these questions are not for humans. I didn't see the first half of that video. He probably doesn't even know how to eat with a snout. Poor guy. Come on, man, make some friends. Ugh. Unless the point is to get the... I love how she's so fast about it. I like how she's also like drawing, even though Inko doesn't draw. He has a camera, and she just zooms in. God damn it! We only just started talking. You already think I want to draw you nude? I mean, Musetta, I thought you were going to draw me nude on a pile of gold, like a dragon. What? What the hell? Why am I the one getting accused around here? Musetta, I just have a thing for Talos, alright? And the Dragon of Agadosh, and oh boy. Are you one of those, Dunmer? Are you? Well, I can't blame you for integrating culturally. But I think the Thalmor are gonna have a field day with you. Como told me that apparently the reason the Thalmor want to get rid of that is they want the God of Time to go away, by not being worshipped and then killing all the humans so that they can become immortal again. Like, what the fuck is going on with the lore, baby? Ooh, spicy. I like how he's upset about cheating, even though she would just give him the answers anyway. Like Inko, what were you expecting? That she was gonna teach you? Doing my best to rephrase them. Okay, listen. Listen. We know that he's sitting there and he's got like a little thesaurus. He's just translating stuff super fucking awkwardly. One word at a time, baby. Oh, hold on. Let's pull up a thesaurus. And he's like looking up a word like, I'm going to equip the mask. I'm going to furnish the mask. Wait, no, she used the word mask too. I furnish the veil. Oh, poor guy. Gotta make do. So happy. I still love his happy face. It's adorable. He's such a little goober. Pat pat. Play the credits song, Como, with the pat pat hand. Like what a flashpoint is. Only read a bit. Cloakwear, does this mean that every mod is like its own universe with its own canon, you know, because you control the flow? Ooh. Didn't even... I mean, to be fair, odds are that Olivia already knows. Most of that stuff doesn't apply to you. Just don't drink the... Like, I love that oil-based paints are apparently a massive hazard to the dinosaurs, but for humans, like, who fucking cares, Inko? You'll be fine. Just go play in the uranium, Inko. It's enriched. Who cares? Model dodgeball painting. You know, seeing this line again, you know, like let me put it like this. Oh, they're doing loose cannon, is that it? Okay. The line is like, you know, like Romeo and Juliet. But I am a photographer, and she is a painter, and she shits on a high pedestal because everyone thinks artists are better than painters and writers and stuff. The hierarchy of artistic creation. Anyway, so a cubist why too, bro? No, put crash complete. Listen, Inko, you should just jump on that chair. Get a free ride to lunch, you know? Do it. Come on, buddy. It's the best way to make friends. Oh, I love this crowd, though. It's such a good effect. Say what you want, but it works. I realize that, like, for the most part, Snoop avoids large crowds a lot. He doesn't go to lunch, for the most part. And when they sit at lunch, like, the perspective, there's something about it just works.